What's up, everybody? So with Beyond Light coming out in about a month and all of our guns getting sunset, I thought it'd be a good idea to put out a video on all the guns that I think that are going to be viable for next season. And all these guns are going to be going into either next season or the season beyond that with a higher power cap. Sunsetting pretty much is Bungie taking all the guns that we've had for the past few years that they don't want to be used in the next season being power capped at 1060. Doesn't mean that you can't use them. It just means that their power cap is capped at 1060 and you won't be able to infuse or upgrade them past that. So they're pretty much useless except for maybe Crucible. So the way I broke it down is it's going to be your primary weapon, your secondary weapons, and your power weapons. So this is just my take on the guns that I think are going to be viable for next season, but there probably are going to be other guns that I missed and guns that you guys really like. So whatever guns that you think are going to be really good in the next season, leave them down in the comments below so we can all talk about them. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. Really helps me out, and I'm trying to grow the channel and grow the community. So all these weapons are in no particular order. I kind of just grouped them between kinetic, energy, and power weapons. Other than that, there's no particular order. And the caveat with all these are there's no exotics, obviously, because those aren't getting sunset. And none of these weapons are needed to be from a raid or anything special. These are kind of just world drops or pretty much anything that any solo player can get. Some of these are good for PvE, some of them for PvE or PvP. And some of them are just both. They're just like an all-around good gun, but there's no particular rhyme or reason. Just know that you can get these solo. You don't need to go through any raids, nothing special, no hoops to jump through. And some of these you can farm with Ingrams and things like that, where you can get the God roll or any roll that you want. But let's start with the Whispering Slab in the kinetic slot. So this bow, I think, is going to be one of the better bows in the season to come. I really like it for a bow. It comes with Vorpal Weapon, Demolitionist, Archer's Tempo, Killing Wind, which is a pretty nice little perk to have. This one's good for PvE more than PvP, I would say. And this bow is going to be good until season 15. That's when they predict that it's going to be sunset. So if you have this, I would keep it in your vault. Or if you need to get it, go ahead and try to get some good rolls on it. Next is going to be Dire Promise. Kinetic hand cannon. It's a 150 hand cannon. I like it a lot for PvP. It's good for PvE as well, but I really like it for PvP. If you can get something like a rangefinder opening shot or a rangefinder snapshot sights, 150 is kind of the meta right now for hand cannons. Who knows what that's going to be next season. They say that this one's going to be sunset in season 14 with a power cap of 1310. So you can keep it around for a little bit. Definitely one of the better hand cannons out there, especially for your kinetic slot if you don't want to take up a exotic. Next up is Cold Denial. It's a 340 pulse rifle. I like it. It's good for PvE and PvP. I mostly use it for PvE. I think this one's going to be really good going into next season and beyond that. Sunsets in season 15. You get a good roll on it, something like maybe Swashbuckler or Multi-Kill Clip. That would be good for PvE. PvP, you're going to be looking at maybe Eye of the Storm and Zen Moment. This is something that you can absolutely farm with the Drifter with Ingrams. So if you want one of those, you can get on it and just keep farming. But I really like this one. It was hot when it came out. Who knows what we're going to get in next season? So just having something like this in your vault, just in case it gets buffed, is good. All right, next we got False Promises, a 360 auto rifle, slow firing auto rifle, does a good amount of damage. I like it more for PvE than PvP. You want something faster for PvP, like a 600. It's a fun auto rifle. It's not bad. I probably wouldn't use it, but it's good going into next season just to keep. If you want something for PvE, I would say maybe get Swashbuckler, Unrelenting, somewhere around there. Get maybe an Overflow, Killing Wind. So it's not bad. It's not the greatest, but like I said, keep it in your vault. See what happens with 360s next season. They might get a buff, who knows? You just don't want to delete these things. All right, next we got a sidearm Breachlight. I really like this one, especially if you can get it with a good roll, like Demolitionist multi-kill clip. I like that roll for ads and always getting your grenade back. Or you can get Vorpal Weapon for increased damage against bosses and like Guardians and their super. There's a bunch of different rolls that you can get with this, which would either tend towards PvE or PvP. It's a good gun for both of them. This one gets sunset a little bit earlier, season 13. So it's going to be good for one season. I really like this sidearm, especially in the kinetic slot. Right after that one, we got Escape Velocity. Now this is a 900 submachine gun. It's not going to replace Recluse or anything. But if you want to run a, let's say a sniper rifle in your secondary, your energy slot, you want a submachine gun, I would say this would probably be it. Again, it's kind of good in both. I would say it leans more towards PvE than PvP, but it can work in both. I mean, it does come with Vorpal Weapon and Zen Moment, which would be good for PvE or PvP, sorry. But it also has Quick Draw, Overflow, Threat Detector. This one gets sunset in season 14, power cap of 1310. So you can have it for about 2 seasons. There might be something else that comes out that's better in this slot, but I would just keep it just in case. Next is the Lonesome sidearm. It's a 260 sidearm. I really like this one. Like a mini spare rations. If you want to do like a hand cannon to sidearm comparison, I really like it. It's good for both PvE, PvP. I use it more for PvP. I really like it. It has opening shot, which is really good, and Zen Moment. I like to pair that. Even has, you can get kill clip and demolitionist if you run in more of a PvE scenario, and multi-kill clip as well. I really like this one. This one sunsets in season 15 if you get one of the newer ones, which gives it a power cap of 1360. Definitely keep this. I use it a lot, so might be something that should be on your radar. If you don't have one, definitely get one. All right, on to the energy weapons. I'm just going to start off with like the meta, the king right now, Gnawing Hunger. If you don't have one, farm it, get it. It's a 600 auto rifle. You can get it from the Drifter with the Ingrams. It's super easy to get. I have 2 of them. One I use for strictly for PvE, one I use for PvP, just with different roles. I like the Demolitionist and Tap the Trigger roll for PvE. And for PvP, I like Kill Clip and Tap the Trigger as well. Really like Tap the Trigger. Definitely get this. It doesn't sunset until season 15, which gives you power cap at 1360. It's the meta gun right now. You see it everywhere. Get your hands on one or 2. Now, first in, last out is a 65 RPM shotgun. I think it's going to be really good in Crucible in the next season. This one sunsets in season 15. Gives you a power cap of 1360. I think it's really, you're going to see a lot of it in Crucible next season. Comes with opening shot, slide shot, you can get that, or hip fire grip, opening shot, or even surrounded. Comes with a few good perks that you can get on your roll. Pretty easy to farm as well. I have a few of them. I think everybody has a few of them. If you have it, keep it obviously in your vault or use it even right now in Crucible. All right, moving on to the next one. All right, this one's the Ikelos SMG. I really like this one. I think this might replace Recluse. It's not going to be as OP as Recluse once was, but this has a lot of different features that they combined it into one. So not only is it a 750 submachine gun, but it also has the ability to drop Warmind cells. So you can pair that with a good Warmind cell build. I made a video about a good Warmind cell build, so you should check that one out too. This has a bunch of good rolls. It's good for PvE, PvP. Like I said, drops Warmind cells. I think this one's going to be a meta for next season. It's even good for high-end, top-tier content, being that it has Disruption Break, Vorpal Weapon. You can bring this into pretty much any activity and be competent in it and actually succeed in it too. Here we have another Ikelos gun. It's a sniper rifle. It's a 140. I think this is going to be good for, I think, more PvP. Has a low zoom of 45. It's not like Revoker low, but it's still pretty low for a sniper rifle. Hits hard. You can get a good roll with like box breathing or even quick draw. You can get a quick draw, maybe moving target or no distractions. That's pretty good, especially for PvP. This one's probably going to be meta. Again, even if you use this for PvE, it can drop Warmind cells too. So that's a nice big perk that it has. I would say this one is mini mountaintop. Got Truthteller, 90 RPM grenade launcher. Doesn't shoot like mountaintop straight. Still has that arc to it, but it's a good grenade launcher. It is in the energy slot, so it takes that slot up. Nothing's going to be good as mountaintop. That's getting sunset, which thank God. But I think this one we're going to see a lot in PvP. If you can get a quick draw, auto loading hoster spike grenade roll, that's probably the god roll for this one. It sunsets in season 15, so you can have it for a while. I predict that we're going to see a lot of this grenade launcher next season. For a shotgun, I put Felwinters Lie. I don't like it that much. I know a lot of you guys like it. I see it a lot in Crucible. Really nothing to say about it. I mean, it sunsets in season 14. You see it everywhere in Crucible for a reason. It's a good shotgun. It's meta. It's annoying as hell, but you're going to keep seeing it. So if you can get your hands on one, go ahead, do the quest, get your hands on it, keep it in your vault, or use it for Crucible. See a lot of other people using it for Crucible. Last Hope. This is a really good energy sidearm, 491 round per minute sidearm. I'd say it's one of the best legendary sidearms in the game. Again, it's good for both PvE, PvP. You can get maybe a Zen Moment rangefinder for PvP, and probably a multi-kill clip, Eating Frenzy. Even throw a quick draw in there for both PvE and PvP. It's definitely top tier. You don't have your hands on it. Can't really farm it. It's a world drop as far as I know. If anybody else has seen anything different, please let us know down in the comments. Last for your energy weapons, 7th Seraph CQC shotgun, the 80 RPM shotgun. I would say this is going to be better for PvE than PvP, but you can still use it for PvP. If you want PvP, get a quick draw Vorpal weapon or a quick draw snapshot. For PvE, I would say, or even a slide shot Vorpal or slide shot snapshot for PvP. PvE, you can get maybe auto loading holster, lead from gold. Definitely you kind of want that. Vorpal weapon and French barrel. It's a good shotgun. Might not be the best shotgun. I do like it for PvE more than PvP. Everybody's using Felwinters for PvP, so that's going to be your de facto shotgun for PvP. But definitely keep an eye on this. Keep it in your vault. All right, on to power weapons. So I'm just going to start off with Fallen Guillotine. You should have this by now. Everybody should have this by now. It's the best sword in the game. You can get the God Roll, Whirlwind Blade, Relentless Strike, and Honed Edge. You're good. That's exactly what you want. Get this. You can farm it. You should have it by now. I think everybody has it by now. This one doesn't sunset until season 15. So depending on the artifact in the next season, it's still going to be good. It might be even better than what we see this season. Keep it. You should be using it now anyway. So I'd say that would be the best sword to have for next season and the seasons to come. With Love and Death and Wendigo being sunset after this season, the next in line is the Interference 6. Very good grenade launcher. It's a 120 grenade launcher. You can get it with full court auto loading holster or full court field prep or clown cartridge, and then you got to throw spike grenades on there and confined launch. There's your god roll. You can mix and match pretty much any of the last two and tailor it to your gameplay. This one is definitely the grenade launcher to use going into next season. It sunsets in season 14, so you're gonna have 2 seasons, I think, with it. And last but not least is the 7th Seraph SAW. I had to put a machine gun on here because they're useful. They're always going to be useful. It's better for PvE than PvP for sure. You can get firing line, Vorpal weapon, elemental capacitor. This one has an interesting perk combination. You can get clown cartridge, auto loading holster, field prep, Vorpal weapon, firing line, elemental capacitor. It's kind of unique in that way. I think this one is the only machine gun with firing line. Could be wrong. If I am, let me know down in the comments. It's the last good machine gun that's not being sunset. Being that Hammerhead's going to be sunset, we're not left with a lot of good machine guns. I think this is going to be the one that you're going to use until we know what comes out in next season, because I'm sure they're going to drop a bunch of new machine guns and a bunch of new weapons coming into next season, because they're leaving us with not a lot. So here's hoping that all the new guns that they come out with aren't just reskins with a higher power cap. So those are all the weapons that I think are going to be good for next season. Obviously, like I said, we're going to see new weapons come out that are probably going to overtake these. So these are going to be good for getting into the next season, upgrading them. We don't know the sandbox changes that are going to happen next season. So any one of these can jump to the meta. Nobody knew that, Gnawing Hunger was going to be the meta. Whatever that Bungie decides to put in our artifact and however they want to tweak the damage with the sandbox next season, that's going to definitely determine the meta. Now, let me know what you guys think. Did I get them wrong? Did I get them right? What did I miss out? What are you looking forward to for next season? What guns are you keeping in your vault for next season? What guns are you deleting? Are you deleting any guns? Let me know down in the comments. And again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon to notify you every time I post a new video. Like I said, I'm trying to grow this channel, grow the community. And that's going to be it for this one. Peace.